Hi friends, today we'll be studying a different topic in the derivatives chapter, that is strategies using derivatives. We'll be discussing about combination and spread. As you know, different derivatives which we have understood so far, out of that, option transaction is the one which is used for hedging as well as speculation. So let me give a brief overview of what an option transaction is. Then I'll proceed further with the strategies. An option contract is an agreement between two parties to buy or sell the underlying asset for which buyer of the option has all the rights without any obligation to execute the transaction on settlement. In this case, buyer of the option will make the payment of premium upfront and he has all the rights without any obligation, whereas seller of the option who receives the premium has no rights but all the obligation. Now, what are the rights of the buyer? He might have the right to buy or sell the underlying asset on or before the expiry. If it is a call option, he has the right to buy the underlying asset on or before the expiry at the given exercise price. On the other end, he has done the dealing in the put option. The put option gives him the right to sell the underlying asset at the exercise price on or before the expiry. So these are the rights and obligations of different parties. Seller has only the obligation. That means if buyer of the option shows his willingness to exercise the option, he cannot say no to it. He will have to meet the obligation. And for this purpose, he receives the premium also. The idea is that if option is exercised, it will result some positive payout for the buyer and seller will have a loss. On the other hand, if option is not exercised, that means buyer of the option does not exercise his option by the end of the expiry, then seller gains because he has received the premium and he has nothing to pay now. Now let us see what happens in case of an option transaction. Status of option contract may be in the money, at the money, or out of the money. In the money, at the money, and out of the money, we have already learned in the previous classes. Now let us look at what are the payoffs. If you are long on call option, that means you being the buyer have the right to buy the underlying asset at the exercise price. In this graph, what I am showing, you can see a magnified view of this graph. In this graph, you can see I have taken the exercise price 1000 and you pay the premium 15. It means your cutoff point is 1015. That is break even point. If price goes above 1015, you will gain being the buyer of the option. So what is there on the horizontal line? We are showing the price of the underlying asset, and on vertical line it is gain or loss. So spot price, if it spot price goes beyond 100 and 1015, 1000 is the exercise price and 15 is the premium you paid for that. You have ample scope of making a gain. That is unlimited gain will come. If price keeps on moving, you will have the gain. Gain will be equal to spot price on the exercise date minus the break-even point. Break-even point is exercise price plus the premium you paid. If price moves below 1000, you have to lose only the premium you have paid. So this is the payoff graph for the buyer of the call option. Now what will be the payoff graph for the seller of the call option? That means the one who has written the call option, who is short on call option. His break-even point is again 1015. But if price goes above 1015, he will have the loss. But if price remains below 1015, option will give him some gain, and maximum gain he can have 15 rupees, which is the premium he has accepted. Then let us see long on put. That means you have purchased the put option with exercise price 600 and paid a premium of 30. So now your break-even point will be 600 minus 30. That means if price falls below 570, you will start having gain, and gain will be increasing with a decrease in the price. On the other hand, if price moves above, that means price is more than the exercise price by the expiry, you have only to lose the premium. not more than that. So maximum loss is equal to the premium paid by you, which in any case is the sunk cost as we refer in the accounting. Then we see payoff metrics, short on put. That means the one who has sold the put option. Short on put option with exercise price 600 and premium 30. So if price moves below 570, which is the break-even point, you have amount to lose, thus being the seller of the put option. But if price moves above 600 or above 530, slowly you will have gain, and finally your maximum gain is up to 30, which is the premium. So that is the way is the payoff metrics from different options: call option, put option, long position, short position. These are the factors which affect the premium of the option. Volatility of the share, that means how volatile is the share. Expiration date, that means how farther away you are from the expiration date. Strike price, that is gap between the spot price and the strike price. Market trends, dividend, interest rate, and other systematic factors. These we have seen earlier also. So now let me take you to the strategy part, which is the main focus of the today's class. Strategies using derivatives. So the first strategy we are going to discuss, if you see the stock market trends may be bullish, bearish, or static, that is uptrend, downtrend, or horizontal trend. We can interpret or we can make the decision about buying, selling, or signal of indifference. So these trends help us in taking the signals, whether it is a time to buy the share, it is a time to sell the share, or remain indifferent. Now, what is an uptrend? Uptrend is formed when the subsequent peak and subsequent trough get formed at a higher price level as compared to the price level of the previous peak and previous trough. And you can see one after another, peak and trough are being formed at higher level. This is the uptrend. Market is moving up. This is the downtrend. Downtrend is formed when both subsequent peak and subsequent trough get formed at a lower price level as compared to the price level of previous peak and trough respectively. You can see the downtrend. And this is the horizontal. Every peak and trough is almost at the same horizontal level. Indifferent move of the market. Market might move on the either side. Range bound market. It is also called as. Now, what is a combination? By using options, here I will be telling you how we can have the strategies for the risk management or speculation or gain by using the option. Now, a combination. Strategies using option transaction. What is a combination? When an investor takes a position in two different types of options on a particular underlying share with same expiry for both the options, the result is the combination. Here, by different options, we mean that one option is call option and another is a put option. That means, let us say underlying asset is Reliance, exercise price is 1500, expiry is June 2020. Let me repeat it again. The parameters are underlying asset is Reliance, exercise price is 1500, expiry is June 2020. If you buy one call option, if you buy another call option, you will end up having a combination. If you buy one call option and sell another call option, you will end up having another put option, you will end up having a combination. So idea is you are using two different types of options on the same underlying asset with same expiry and same exercise price. Now, most used combinations are strips, straps, straddle, and strangle. Straddle and strangle are the most frequently used combinations to create the strategies. And usually European options are used for creating the combination. That is the most common. The first thing, let me discuss what is a spread. Strategies using option transaction. Spread. A spread gets created by taking a position in one type of option. While creating the spread, the investor expects to have gain from difference in the bid and ask price. Here, by one type of option, I mean either it is call option, either both are the call option or both are the put option. So that will be a spread. Now for creating a spread, only one type of option, either call option or the put option is used. Again, butterfly spread will be the one, condor, calendar and collars. We'll see in detail in subsequent classes. It is a lengthy talk. Again, European options are used. Then we have strips and straps, strategies for sideways movement of the market. If you foresee that market will have a sideways movement, then you can go for the strips or straps. A sideways movement of market implies that market is almost flat at present, almost horizontal, and future movement might be on either side. That is, it might go up, that is bullish trend, or it might go down, bearish trend. Strips. Now, what is strips? Strategy for more probability of downtrend compared to the uptrend. That means there is a more chance that market might decline as compared to the rising trend. Then you will go for using strips. On the contrary, there is a more chance for the uptrend as compared to the downtrend. You will create straps. Strips. When an investor buys one call option and two put options with the same exercise price and same expiry on a particular underlying asset, it is called strips. So what an investor is doing, he is buying one call option and two put option. Because if I take you back to the meaning of strips, a strategy for more probability of downside. That means market is more likely to go downside. So you want to capture the benefit when more benefits when market goes down, and there's a little chance of market going up. So you create a strips. Buy one call option, that will give you a almost 50% of the chance, as you get the chance of gaining when market goes down, and sell and two put option you have purchased. You pay the premium in both the cases, so you have something like win-win situation. Now, what is the upper break-even point in this case? Because exercise price of both the options is same. You being the buyer of all the three options, whatever total premium you pay will be the upper break-even point. So if price moves up, call will be effective, put will not be effective. So how you will arrive at the gain? Upper break-even point is exercise price plus all the three premiums you have paid. Lower break-even point. If price moves below, put will be functional and call will become dysfunctional. Lower break-even point is the exercise price minus whatever total premium you have paid divided by 2. Why I am dividing by 2? Because put are 2 lots and call is 1 lot. So that is why it is divided by 2. Because you have the benefit of 2 lots being exercised under the put. That is strips. Like if I take an example, 1 lot long on CE stands for call European, Tata Motors 250, Tata Motors is the underlying share, 250 is the lot size, 1080 is the exercise price, July is the expiry month, premium is 13 per share. So being the buyer of this option, you pay 13 rupees premium, and you have the right to buy the underlying share, Tata Motors, at 1080 on the expiry July, that is last Thursday of July, lot size is 250. And 2 lot long on PE, put European, Tata Motors 250, 1080, premium is 19. So you pay 38 as the premium for put option, long position, and 13 as the premium for 1 lot call purchase. Cost, that is total premium, is 51 rupees. Upper break-even point, 1080 plus 51, that is 1131. That means if price moves above 1131, you will start having the gain. And if price moves down, then what is the lower break-even point? 1080 minus half of the total premium. So 1054.50. So there is a most likely chance that, because when do we create the strips? When there is a more probability of market declining as compared to the market rising. So your upper break-even point and lower break-even point will work like that. So that is strips. And this is the graphic viewpoint of the same example, that 1080 are the exercise price, upper break-even point. If you go above upper break-even point, payoff will be there. Go below lower break-even point, payoff will be there. So that is the way you can see. It is something like win-win situation, but with difference. That is strips. Then we define the steps, and we'll end up this class. In subsequent classes, other combinations and strategies. Straps. When an investor buys one put option and two call option, why he is doing like this? that he is more optimistic that market is likely to go up. Let us say there's a 70% chance that market will go up, but there's a 30% probability that market might come down also, because nothing is sure in the market. No one can be sure or confident which way market will move. So what he does, he takes his steps. He buys one put option, and because there's a less probability of market going down and more probability of market going up, so he buys two call options. In both the cases, he will pay the premium. So his upper break-even point is exercise price plus total premium half of that, and lower break-even point exercise price minus total premium paid by him. Let us see an example. The same example, but now here what is there? For call he is paying 20 rupees, and for put he is paying 11 rupees. So he has taken two calls. So total 40 he pays for the call and 11 for the put. Total premium is 51. So his upper break-even point 1080 plus half of 51, 1105.5. Lower break-even point 1080 minus 51, 1029. We see the graph of this. You can see if price moves below 1049, that was the 1029, that was the lower break-even point, he will have the gain. And if price moves above the upper break-even point 1105.5, he will have the gain. So this is the way tips and steps are used by investors very frequently. There are active traders, active mutual funds are there, even the risk hedged mutual fund are there, hedge funds are there. They use these kind of strategies to have win-win situation. When they foresee that market is showing the sideways movement. So this is the strategy which operators use. You can also use it and make the money. Stay safe, make the money, be happy. Thank you.